Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Explain. How's it going? Thanks for joining me today. Hey Patrick. How's it going, man? Fancy seeing you here. How are things? First of all, happy Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year to everyone who's celebrating it. Yesterday was the first day of Lunar New Year. Big thing here in Singapore. And it's a holiday here, yesterday and today, so happy days. So today guys, we are going on a flight, still with the Challenger 650, still in VATSIM. And yes, we're getting more and more immersed into the VATSIM world because from my experience last week, my goodness, there is no immersion greater than this plane with VATSIM and all of the interacting with all of the controllers. Akan, 3:02 a.m. Oh my goodness, the times are not very friendly for you. Thanks for making it though, appreciate it. How's it going? Alright, so today we are going on a flight from Chicago to Minneapolis, if I remember correctly. But let me go there and brief you. Let's go into our flight planning room. There it is. Grab a seat, guys. Get comfy. Let's close the door here. Let's get some privacy. Alright. So let me show you what I prepared in the meantime. So here's the map. Here's Volanta. And you can see here's the map of the US with all of those white icons for planes. Those are all VATSIM planes. And you can see the controllers that are online based on the colors, the shaded areas. Right? In particular, where we're flying is this route right here with the magenta line. So we're flying from Chicago in here, not the O'Hare. Yeah, the largest airport in here. We're actually flying from Midway down to the southeast here, where it's a bit smaller, a bit more friendly for business jets. There's actually someone in there too, nice. What is SW, Southwest Airlines? Yeah, 737. Nice, so we are seated right over here by Signature FBO. And it's probably going to be probably going to be taxing all the way to 22 left. We'll see how that goes, but yes. As you can see, we have full coverage in here. Oh, tower unfortunately logged off from Midway. A while ago, everyone was online there, but we still have center. We still have approach even. So we'll see who we can talk to, but we can talk to someone. Yes, and that should be all the way through going to Minneapolis right here. And Minneapolis has a tower frequency. You can see by the T icon in there. So that should be in. Hey, Espen! Hey, yes indeed. How are you, man? Long time. Thanks for sharing the A320 Phoenix Sims walk around video. That was pretty interesting. I hope that walk around is also part of the plane itself, because as I discovered in this plane, walk arounds add so much to the immersion. Right, now let me share with you the flight plan itself. Here we are. That is Midway. Signature FBO is right here on this building right here. And I'm not actually sure how we'll taxi to the runway, but we'll worry about that later. And this is our flight plan. So basically the same as you saw, just in a different view. And here just with charts. And then we'll see if we get, depending on what the controller assigns us, if we'll follow the same flight plan or if I'll have to adjust it a bit. Okay? More or less. Good. How's Norway treating you, Espen? You're there now, right? Have you completed your move? Right. We're done with that. I do have the OFP with me as well, just to share with you. That one. Yeah, flight level 400 today. 5,257 pounds of fuel. Should be a should be around 1 hour flight time. All in all, 1 hour 22 minutes, but probably a lot longer because we'll have to prepare cold and dark, and the plane might need de-icing as well. We'll see when we get outside.
Welcome to Hot Start Flight Support. How can we help you today?
Yeah, maybe it was just the drone cam. It could be, huh? It could very well be. I'm not sure either, but I really hope there's a walk around because yeah, with this plane, I'm not sure if you've seen this plane before. I think you have, right? 651 Charlie Lima is our tail number. Time of departure would be around 20 minutes from now. I think that should be sufficient. 2 crew, we have 3 packs on board, or we will have. And let's order some Jet A. The icing, we'll just call them over the frequency if we need it. I think that should be good. No need for GPU. Sign it up here.
Of course,
Full
Captain.
on winter.
I'll get that organized for you right away.
I can imagine. We have Simulator, who is a real life truck driver in Norway, and yeah, he's been sharing some stories with us with the roads there and everything. There it is. Oh my goodness, the weather is not the best, huh? Overcast. Around 5,000 feet, I think, from the last time I checked the ATIS. And yes, looks like the wings are iced. Dang it. Okay, so we'll need to de-ice again. Sure. I'm not sure if this airport has a de-icing pad, or can we just do it here. We'll see. Yeah, extreme immersion. I have never been so immersed in a plane, and I thought some of the things were gimmicks, like the FBO, the walk around, but they all add so much to the experience. And so now I look for that in every plane I try. Views and sound were great. Yeah, even in the video from Phoenix Sims, like the rain particles, right? You can see as the light, how do you say, like the spotlight, you see the rain more visible in those spotlights. Very nice. Let's go and check out the circuit breakers here, make sure nothing's popped. Someone might have fiddled with it, hopefully not. I think everything looks good though. So far so good. Switches are all off. Nose door, landing gear, spoilers, throttle. Everything looks good. Turn on the battery. Let's double check the voltage on the battery. 25 volts. We need a minimum of 22, if I remember correctly, before we can start the APU. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and start it up. And while that's running, maybe I should be monitoring it, huh? But just in the essence of time, let's start opening the windows here. Prepare for the arrival of our passengers. And then we'll do the walk around later. So I get my gloves here and get ready to get a bit dirty. Yeah, you can even see the icing on the wings from here. And you can start hearing the APU now. Good. Looks good. Alright. How's the APU doing? 98% RPM. Yeah, that should be available by now. Yeah. APU gen, nav, and logo lights to indicate that the airplane is powered up from anyone who's looking from outside. Looking good. IRSs will start aligning. Let's have a look how long it takes before they align. I think we can do an Mfd Data and then display menu IRS status. It should show here how long it takes. Maybe that's going to happen a bit later. Okay, but in the meantime, let's go and check first the AC and DC. Yeah, APU gen. Good. No more amperage on the batteries. Nice. There you go. Time to nav. 6.6 minutes before they finish aligning. Okay, that should be no problem. Good. Let's just keep that there. And let's go through the checklist.
Flight compartment checklist. AC and DC electrics.
Also, we can start connecting to VATSIM, since technically the plane is now powered up. We are connected now. There we go. Nice. Ooh, we have ATIS from Midway. Nice. Okay. Let's have a look at who's online. Chicago Center, Chicago Approach, and we have O'Hare Tower. Yeah, I don't think the Midway Tower came back though, so we might have to work with Center. We'll see. Fuel truck is here. Guys heard him move and arrive. How much fuel will we be needing? 5257. We currently have 2610. That's probably going to still go up. We'll wait for a bit. The sensor isn't that fast, although I think it stays there now. Yeah. So we'll probably need half more, right? 2,600 more at least, 27. Then let's wait for the guy to come up the plane and ask us and give us the density, the current density for the day or for right this moment.
Nav lights, logo light, cockpit lights.
That's on.
Lamp test.
Let's do a lamp test quickly. There he is.
Captain. Fuel truck is hooked up. Just let me know how much
Duct
fuel
monitor.
you need. Or would you like to go tanks full today?
Let's see, 6.823. If we need around 2,700 divided by 6.823, that's going to be around 395 gallons. It's rounded up to 400. 400 gallons should be fine. 410? Why not?
I'm gonna go start up the pump.
Shouldn't make that much of a difference as long as it's in the ballpark. Right, and let's make sure to turn this on so that the fueling can start. Let's open the valves on the left and right main tanks. Is that opening? Okay, he's probably still walking back to his truck. There we go, now they're open. Alright, now that's refueling. Good.
FMS database status.
FMS database status. Let's go ahead and reset that. Let's make sure. Yeah, Jan 27 to Feb 24, we are current. Let's just switch that, cycle that in to reset everything. The pause init on this plane doesn't seem like it's that important. I'm not sure why. But yeah, this is not required on this plane, not like in the CJ4 where you have to do that, or in the CRJ even.
FMS flight plan uplink, ATIS.
Alright, let's go and get our flight plan from SimBrief. Recall Mike Delta Whiskey to Mike Sierra Papa. And then we should have a D8 is here in Midway, so we could get that directly. Actually got it a while ago from online. And a while ago it was Information November. Let's see what it is now. I'm expecting it's Oscar or Papa. Wait for it for a bit. There it is. Oh, that was quick. It's now Quebec actually. Oh, that's a bit. So a while ago it was 2153 Zulu. Now it's 2353 Zulu. Okay, let me update that. 2353 Zulu. Winds are 250 at 8. It's mostly the same. A while ago it was 250 at 9. Oh, that was quick.
Hello, Captain. It's Jenny from Hot Start Flight Support. Your passengers have arrived. Shall I have them brought to the plane?
It's a bit chilly still, but yeah, fine.
Understood. They'll be there in a couple of
it.
minutes. Anything else?
Nope, we're good. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Take
You can
care.
just wear their coats in the meantime. Keep their layers on. Alright, so visibility has gone a bit better. A while ago it was 6. Now it's 10 statute miles. It's still lightly raining. No more mist, thank goodness. Overcast has the cloud layer has gone a bit lower. A while ago it was 5,500. Now it's 5,000. And it's gotten colder. 0402 now. A while ago it was 0603. 29er. Okay. RNAV runway 22 left approaching news. Landing and departing runways 22. Okay, 22 left or 22 right. But since 22 left is longer, we'll use this instead. Cool. Notice to air missions. 5G NOTAM. I don't think we should be concerned with the 5G stuff. Yeah, and the others are a bit too complex for me. But I don't think anything is that relevant for us. But yeah, Information Quebec is what we have. Good. Alright. Cool. So let's plug in the altimeter in here. 29er. Does that check with the elevation?
Refueling is complete, Captain.
That was quick.
Do you need anything else?
Airport elevation is 620 in the chart. Yeah, and we're at 620 in the altimeter. That's perfect. Fuel is now 5290. That's perfect. Thanks, Bob.
Okay, just one
Can
quick
go ahead and
signature
disconnect.
on here, and I'll
Oh,
be
it's
on my way.
pricey in here. 636 per gallon.
Here's a copy for your
2,600
records. Have a nice day.
just from that refueling. Oh my goodness. This lifestyle. Thankfully, I don't have to pay for it. Alright, we're good. Let's go ahead and move on.
Anti-skid.
Anti-skid. Should be a simple press there. Anti-skid in test. That looks good.
Nose door.
Nose door is
Hydraulic
off.
3A pump.
3A pump. Let's turn that on. Oh, nose door, not nose wheel steering. And nose door is clear. 3A pump is on now. Let's double check the hydraulics. Reflect that. There we go.
Brake pressure.
Inbound brakes. Inboard brakes. Also have pressure now. Looking good.
Parking brake.
Parking brake, we can set that.
Hello,
There you
Captain. Hope you are doing well today. Great.
Nose
Doing
door.
There's nobody else coming along today. So as far as we're concerned, we're all good to go.
Alright. Get seated, get comfy. Although it is pretty cold still, but no worries, Can. Yes. Good luck, man. Good luck with the work, and yes, hang in there. Oh yeah, looks like the clouds are clearing up. This is not overcast anymore. This is more like broken. Or scattered even. Probably broken. Cool. But yes, let's start removing the covers. We don't want to be flying with those. That will be very dangerous. We won't have airspeed. We won't have proper angle of attack indications or icing indicators. It's going to be very messy. Let's go and check if we have oxygen. And this is, yes, this is actually realistic with what the plane has. This adjusts 1,800 PSI. That looks good. We'll also double check that later outside. Over here, open the nose door because we'll need to remove the pin and do our checks as well. Yeah, a bit greasy. Thankfully we have our gloves on. Lights if it gets a bit dark. The inboard brakes pressure should also reflect here around 3,000 psi. Outboard still nothing. I think that's a different hydraulic system. Might be. Okay, that looks good. So let's close this up. Close that. There you go. Okay, looking good. The wings though, the wings not looking very good. I wouldn't be confident flying with this. Actually, I have not tried flying yet with these kinds of with this kind of status on the wing. It looks very fragile. I think that will really affect our takeoff performance. Right, we saw the nav lights were on. Oh, let's probably stay away from the APU exhaust. Looks good here. Bulb there is intact. Tail looks good. Oh, one thing I forgot. We actually should be removing the pin on this main gear. Otherwise, you would not be able to retract it later. Yeah, just sneak in under. There you go. Not actually sure if like the marshallers would warn you that one of the pins are still on. If they would spot it. Okay, nav lights look good in here too. Red on this side. Let's go ahead and remove the pin here. There you go. There's even that like very subtle sound when you remove the pin. Right, looks good. Walk around is done.
Hydraulic
Nose door
panel and pumps.
is good.
Electric panel.
Electric panel, yes.
AC DC utility switch.
Let's turn on that guy.
Start ignition panel.
Yeah, ignitions are off.
Fuel panel.
Fuel panel, let's go ahead and do that cycling switcheroo just to check everything is working. Looks good. That should turn off. There you go.
APU LCV.
APU LCV, that's basically the APU bleed.
10th stage isolation valve.
The isolation valve as well.
PACs.
PACs can go on now.
Air conditioning panel. Pressurization panel.
Pressurization panel, that's something that we'll have to adjust because our altitude is different. 620. Well, that's mostly the same with where I was. Okay, 620 is okay. Good.
Bleed air panel.
Bleed air. That's how it should look.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel switch.
That's
CAL
off.
anti-ice switches.
Let's double check. No warning comes up. Just wait a minute. Okay, good.
Anti-ice panel.
Anti-ice.
Emergency lights.
Emergency lights are going to arm.
Passenger signs.
Going on.
ELT.
ELT is armed.
Glare shield panel.
Looking good.
Crew and passenger oxygen.
Oxygen. Cabin is 1860. Similar with what we saw outside in the gauge. And here we'll check that everything is okay.
DCU warning panel. CVR. Audio panels.
I skipped some
SPS
parts.
system.
SPS system, let's test that. Stall protection system, maybe? Something like that. But it's the stick pusher and stick shaker. We actually happened to use this once when I was not paying attention and I lost airspeed.
Integrated standby instrument.
When we did our first go around and I did not know what was happening.
Clock.
So it works.
EFIS, ICAS.
Okay, looks good. Let's turn off the hydraulic screen there.
Main landing gear bay overheat.
Okay, this guy.
Gear bay overheat.
The fail looks good.
TOS warning switches.
Test TOS system test as well. Okay,
Pitch and roll disconnects.
Flight slope.
Ground spoilers.
looks good.
Thrust reversers.
Arm those.
Thrust
Wind
levers.
shear.
Engine
Wind
speed
shear.
switches.
Shut off.
Shear.
Engine
On.
vibration check. Oral warning.
Terrain.
Smoke
Pull
detector.
up.
Trims. Mock trim.
Sink
Turn
rate.
on our trims.
Yaw
Pull
dampers.
Your damper as well.
Diversionary inhibit
Don't
switches.
sink.
No, they're all normal.
IRS.
Too low.
Ours is
Terrain.
still
PDLC.
aligned.
Too low.
TCAS.
Gear.
TCAS we
Too
can
low.
test.
Flat. Too low. Terrain. Flight slope. Bank angle. Bank
ATIS and clearance.
angle. Approaching
Okay.
minimums.
Now it's time.
Minimums. System test 2500.
Okay, let's go
1,000.
ahead and we've sent that
500.
already. But before we do
100.
that, let's go with the
50.
ATIS
40.
and clearance.
30.
Right, we have Quebec. But who do
10.
we contact? That's a
Wind
good
shear.
question.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Caution. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain.
Okay.
Caution. Terrain. Caution. Terrain. 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 Pull up. Caution. Obstacle. Caution. Obstacle. Obstacle. Obstacle.
The
Pull up.
the TOS test is a bit long, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Now it's done. And I have to remember to always go back to roast mode because it moves that to PPOS. There you go. Otherwise, I won't have the needles later. Alright, so I'm not sure who to contact actually. Let's try approach first. And then let's tune in center just in case. So that's approach. Center is 12035, so 2035. That working? Let's put the icing crew over here on the right, 3692. Oh, activity on approach. Let's try and do a radio check. I'm just composing myself, guys. Give me a few seconds. The introvert in me is struggling. Okay, let's do this. Chicago approach. Good evening. Challenger 651 Charlie Lima. Radio check, please.
Challenger 69, turn left heading 300 to maintain 1000. This is 69 10 left heading 300, descend to maintain 1000.
1000
Not sure
left
if you
heading
heard me.
300, Presidential 69.
This is 651 Charlie Lima, Chicago. Here's your loud and clear.
Thank you. Will I be getting my clearance from you? 1 Charlie.
Challenger, 1 Charlie Lima is cleared to the Minneapolis airport via the Midway 6 departure, ready to vectors Pumpkin, Dennis Foul. Climb and maintain at 3000, expect followable 400 within 5 minutes. Departure going to be with this frequency 119.0, sorry, squawk 6266.
Okay, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima is cleared to Minneapolis. We're using the Midway 6 departure, then as filed. The initial altitude 3000, expecting flight level 400 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.0, squawk 6266.
The 1 Charlie, read back this correct. Plan runway 22 left for departure. The Midway outcome is 2999.
Expecting 22 left, 2999er, 651 Charlie. I was not expecting to be getting the clearance yet. But okay, we got it somehow. Alright, okay, I guess that's good. So let's go ahead and plug that in. Yes, this is exactly what we were planning. So no big changes there.
69 to maintain 9000.
So he told us to expect runway 22 left with a Midway 6 departure. That's basically radar vectors, Midway departure. And initial altitude would be 3000 feet. So let's go ahead and plug all of those in later as well. But before that, let me plug this in.
69 to clear right Cohen and join the 28 center localizer.
And the
Clear
I think it's the
direct
Killer
Cohen and
3.
then 28 center localizer.
Is it the Killer 3 I was planning? Yeah, Killer 3. One sec, huh? KAMMA transition. Just looking at the Navigraph here. Good. Okay, looks good. Legs page, so here we are, 22 left, and then vectors to Pumpkin, the first leg of our flight plan. So there is a discontinuity there as expected. Over here, though, this discontinuity shouldn't be there. So we just connect the two commas together. And then that should lead us to Giku, which is also the start of the approach itself. So the arrival and approach are directly connected. Let's see if that will stick through later. But that's the flight plan. That looks good. Let me plug in the other things that have been given to me. So we were given 6266 for squawk. 3000 initial altitude. So let me plug that in. 109.0 is our departure frequency, so staying with him. But I should remember to, after I take off, I report to him. It's as if I changed frequency and checked in with him. So I learned that from last time. Okay, looks good. Alright, I think we're good there.
FMS flight plan, wind update, perf.
Alright, FMS flight plan. That's good. Wind update, let's do that. Index route menu. Flight plan wind update. Send. We'll wait for that, and in the meantime, let's put this on legs wind. Hey Ryan. Musta? How are you? Thanks for making it live. Right, good. And perf init. We should be cruising at flight level 400. We have 3 passengers on board. And let's clear this one so that it senses the fuel. That looks good. Alright. The others, I don't think we need to fill out. 900 pounds reserve. Should be more than enough. VNAV setup. Do I need to change it? No, I think we're okay. I set those at defaults. Okay, leg winds have been pulled. Looks good. Let's execute. Get that back into tune. And let's go to perf init again and then take off.
Takeoff data.
So 250 at 8. Outside air temperature is 4 degrees. Actually, it's 5 now. Okay, let's double check the D80s again later. Well, actually, yeah, we can tune into 80s. We should have an 80s frequency in here. We'll try it out later, just to double check that what we got in D80s is consistent. Can't be too sure. Okay, 22 left, 113, 121, 133, 148 V speeds. Looks good. Hey, Laguber. How's it going, man? How are you guys? Thanks for joining. Thanks for saying hi. And those are the V speeds.
Avionics and charts.
Avionics and charts. Let's double check that the charts are loading properly. There you go. There's the Midway Airport chart. There's the...
Yeah, 225, we're going to be logging on here. I do apologize. Millennium 122 play safe landing.
That's not working.
69er across, corner 7000, cleared ILS to a center approach.
Midway 6.
7000 and cleared ILS to a
There you go.
approach.
So Midway 6. Okay, those two charts are ready. Why did that not get ready though? Let me double check that my departure is set. Yeah, Midway departure.
69, I'm going to be logging off here. Got some things to do. Sorry I couldn't get you down. So radar service is terminated. Frequency change approved, and have a safe flight.
Looks like we're switching to center.
We're going to contact tower now. President Susan, have a good night.
Right.
Flight instruments.
Flight instrument. So that's this one right here. Damp closed. No! The 80s actually disappeared. It was with him. Dang it. Okay. It looks like he logged off now. And, hey, 1 second. Does that mean also the center? Also the center frequency disappeared. That's not good. Well, let's see. Maybe it will go online in a bit. By the time we're ready. Yikes. That was not what I was planning. But anyway, we'll see. Alright, flight instruments. So we have... Start with the flight director. Push the toga button near the throttles. Take off, take off. You see it there. That's good. And then we go from here down. Yes, we have the needles. So we are in rose mode. We go and do this so we can see better. Yeah. And then over here, we have the FMS1 as the active nav source. We have our V speeds loaded, so that's good. The speed bug should be 200. So that's something I have to adjust. Takeoff mode. We don't go to LNAV yet. We don't arm the LNAV because we're expecting vectors after we take off. And then 3000 would be our initial altitude. 29er is the current local altimeter. And last but not the least, the takeoff thrust is 88.9. Looks good. All right.
Departure briefing.
Departure briefing. Well, we kind of briefed it a bit already.
Emergency procedures, pins, covers, chocks.
Let's remove the chocks.
Cabin lights, water heaters, master seat. Flight compartment checklist complete. Engine start checklist next.
Alright. Before that though, I can actually close this already. So everyone was already on board. Could have done that a while ago. That should have helped with the ventilation, the cooling. Okay, chocks are removed. I've been given the thumbs up signal. There you go. Okay.
Engine start checklist. Doors.
Doors are closed.
Parking brake and pressure. Checked and set.
Going to check that
Fuel
for
quantity
me.
and balance.
Fuel quantity and balance. A bit more on the left side. Let's start transferring that.
Beacon.
Beacon is on.
On. Fuel boost
Ignition.
pumps. On. Ignition. Armed. Engine 2 start.
Okay. Engine 2. Start. Okay, didn't forget anything. There's no one blocking the way. Start engine 2. There's ignition. There's N2. There's oil pressure. 20% N1 as well. Can start introducing fuel. Now we monitor the situation. ITT starts climbing. Make sure it doesn't go too hot. And when we get that 246, 20% N1, around 400 ITT, and 60% N2, then that means we have good engine 2. There we go. Nice. Now for this test, we'll turn off fuel boost pump. And we'll observe that the left low fuel pressure appears after a few seconds. There it is. Good. And then we turn back on the boost pumps.
Engine 1 start.
Engine 1. Engine 1. Start. Dang it, yeah, we really lost our controller. That's not going to be nice. That's okay. We'll still be in VATSIM. Okay, so we're good. Engine 1 start. We do the same thing here. 20% N2 while pressure climbing. Introduce fuel. N1 starting. ITT climbing. Monitor, and if something looks wrong, something looks bad, we'll adjust as necessary.
Engine start checklist complete. After start checklist, next.
Looks good. 246.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
There we go.
On, checked AC and DC. Ignition. Disarm.
Off.
Packs. On.
On. 14 stage.
Stage.
Turn those on.
Cowl anti-ice.
Let's check our cowl anti-ice.
On, check 45 seconds.
Start the timer in
Flight
here.
controls.
And as that's running and heating up, I'll go and check our flight controls. Left, right, everything looks good so far. Rudder, yeah, looks good.
Ground spoilers.
Ground spoilers, we disarm. We put the auto, we arm, that should go up. There you go. Go back to auto, that should go down. Fuel cross flow. Okay, that looks good. So we stop the transferring of the fuel.
Flight spoilers.
Flight spoilers. Full. Looks good. Half. Nice.
Cowl anti-ice.
By now, the cowl anti-ice indication should be on. Indeed, it is. And there should be lights there. There they are.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
Now we'll start the supplemental.
Test on.
Test.
Fuel balance.
Fuel balance is good.
Trims.
Trims are not yet good. I like 5.0 stab trim. There you go.
No steer.
No steer is on.
Armed. APR.
APR, we can test that quickly. APR 1, APR 2. Okay.
ADG unit.
ADG unit. This is the ram air turbine, I think. Air driven generator. So we test that using this one. The bulb should go off after 2 seconds. There we go.
Supplemental ground wing anti-ice.
And then now it's a waiting game. We're waiting for this guy to go green. That should happen around the 2-minute mark. I like the gentle shaking motion of the cockpit. I'm not sure if it's realistic, but I like it. That's from XP Realistic. Unfortunately, guys, it looks like we won't have center, but at the very least, we will announce our intentions, so we'll stay on VATSIM. Maybe someone will go online. Okay, test okay. Nice.
Cowl anti-ice.
Well, anti-ice can go off now. There you go.
Off. Wing anti-ice.
Anti-ice. That the norm.
14 stage isolation valve.
Check if the isolation valve works. There it is.
Wing anti-ice.
Wing anti-ice. We'll have to wait for that. Wing anti-ice is on. Oh, that was fast. Okay.
ATS. N1 TO. ATC TCAS.
I can go and do the TARA.
TARA. After start checklist complete. Taxi checklist next.
Nice.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Do we need wing and cowl anti-ice? I guess not right now, but maybe later.
Brakes and steering.
Okay, let's go in taxi. Now, I was hoping someone would guide us with a taxi, but looks like we're on our own. So let's have a look. Is there a de-icing pad? Because we would need to de-ice. We can simulate it. We can simulate that the de-icing pad is probably somewhere here in between November 1 and 2, so somewhere over here. So let's taxi there, and then let's park, and let's assume that there's like the de-icing pad, so that's where all the de-icing trucks are. So we can somehow get the feeling. Hey Skyer, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. How are things, man? Right. Release the parking brake. Start taxiing. How do we taxi? It's a good question. Maybe let's go and announce our intentions. So let's brake here a bit. Braking works. That's a good test. So how do we go to November 1 and 2? Alpha Whiskey, or we can just go Alpha Whiskey November. Yeah, Alpha Whiskey November. So let's announce. Let's go to 1228. Chicago Midway traffic. Challenger 651 Charlie Lima taxiing to the north ramp via Alpha Whiskey November. Chicago Midway traffic. Right.
Over here, traffic, United 225, 19 miles from airfield, turning base for 27 Center ILS route.
I think that's a different airport. I didn't catch the airport they were announcing to. Fuel imbalance. Yeah, what's happening there? That looks okay. But that one is a bit weird. No, I think it's the sensor. I think something went wrong with the sensor. Maybe we were like that, I don't know. Let's wait for it to balance itself out. That's the first time. Okay, let's go straight to Whiskey. 13 right approach. I think that's closed.
Traffic, 674 downwind to 8 Central, 8,700.
Okay, I don't think that's near our airport as well. An eye out on guys. ILS holding point. But yeah, I believe this one is closed.
Chicago Midway traffic, Navy Delta 2567, type MD80 from lane Tango 2, taxi 2, make sure runway 2 to the left by Tango 2, Tango Yankee 6.
Tango 2. Okay, I think he's on the opposite side of the airport. Good. Do we have to announce here? Nah, let's just go straight. That might be a bad move. Yeah, alright. Let's go over here. Double check. No one on the runway. Good. November.
Over here, traffic, United 225 established on the localizer, 12-mile final for 27 Center.
Yeah, that's not our airport. There is no 27 Center. That might be O'Hare actually. Alright, so we're going November 2, so we'll go straight here. Looks good. Crossing a lot of runways here. I think, is it this one? Oh, this is the runway. But this is where we're going. Yeah, in the middle there, that's the pseudo de-icing ramp. De-icing pad. Let's go over here, just park it up. and then we'll call the ice. There is a certain set of steps though we have to follow. Let's park here first. Yeah, this should be okay. This looks believable enough.
O'Hare traffic, American 2771 is downwind, runway 28.
Yeah, that's O'Hare traffic. Alright, there we go. Spray the icing checklist. So parking brake is set, taxi lights are off. Thrust reversers are stowed. Packs will turn those off.
O'Hare traffic, United 225 is 5 miles short final for 27.
And then we'll 10 stage bleed air is off. We're not using those yet. We have APO on. Wing anti-ice, cowl anti-ice, those are off as well. 14 stage bleed air is off. So we basically turn off our packs. But APU can remain, is it? I don't see any APU isolation valve, LCV or anything. Flaps are up. Okay, looks good. So we'll keep that and then we'll call the ice. Side that first. Let's go and turn that on. Move to COM2 13692 and then let's flick this small knob up. There you go. Hey, Doc Jones. Why no MSFS? I was thinking about it actually. There's the de-ice. Because yeah, recently the Australia World Update came out, right? I tried it out offline. It was looking good, but it just didn't excite me as much as the concept of flying with real people and communicating with ATC on them. So yeah, I ended up flying here still. Even though probably in terms of viewers, I imagine MSFS will be getting a lot more traction, but I really want to fly in VATSIM in this plane. So yes, that's why we are here. So let's wait for that for now. 21 degrees in the cabin, pretty comfy. Let's get back that Unicom. I turned it off. There was a bit of chatter because lots of folks are trying to make their way into O'Hare, and you can imagine how busy that can get when you have no controller. So as a bit of a view, yeah, so we have O'Hare in here.
674 established ILS 28 Central and 13 miles out, Charlie.
This is probably that guy, maybe. And we are over here at Midway, which is a few miles from O'Hare, so we can still hear them. The one we heard taxiing, that's him, this guy. Yeah. Delta 2567.
Chicago Midway. Traffic.
I should have.
Traffic Delta 2567, IFR departure to the south. Taking off runway 22 left, flying heading 180 after departure, climbing 3000.
Nice. Yeah.
Trigger departure United 225 is clear of 27 center.
There he is. Oh, that's pretty cool. We actually see him. That is so cool. Is that a CRJ? What CRJ is that? 9, maybe? Yeah, he's taking off now. It is ready. Yes, MSFS can use VATSIM. Oh, it's an MD-88 what he was flying. Okay. Yeah, technically it can, but in my opinion, the level of complexity of the systems, the accuracy of the systems of the avionics, MSFS is nowhere near what the X-plane planes can do, especially this plane. So in terms of flying with proper IFR rules and everything, I would prefer staying with X-plane. It's just so much more accurate. Even basic things like how accurate the airports look by default, the airports here in X-plane look a lot more airporty and less blocky. Where's our de-icing guy? Okay, he's on the right side. He's almost done. 1 second.
United 225 crossing runway 27 left.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I thought without a controller there would be no action anymore, but actually you actually have to be a bit more aware, a bit more present when you only have Unicom, because you really have to listen to the calls from other people. It's quite nice.
Traffic in 674 short final to 8 Central 6 miles out. O'Hare.
Yeah, that's for O'Hare also.
Route to cockpit. De-icing is complete. Surfaces are clean.
Good, thank you. Alright, so we do have some steps after the spray, so we can turn our taxi lights. And this is interesting. If you look at this, thrust 60% N1 for 20 seconds. I would imagine what that's trying to do is trying to blow off any of the de-icing fluids away. So that's kind of cleaning, because some of them might have gotten to the engine. We don't want to get that getting into the cabin.
Crossing runway 22 right.
So that's 60% right here. 60% N1. We do have parking brake on, so we shouldn't be moving. And we'll put the timer on. Did I just hear someone crossing 22 right? Midway? Maybe not on this side. Okay. So wait 60 seconds, so just to blow off the de-icing fluid. Looks good. Alright, so that's good. Now the 14 stage
O'Hare
can go
traffic,
on
American
again.
2771 on the localizer for runway 28 center, 12 mile final.
Cal anti-ice, wing anti-ice off if we have anti-ice fluids. Now we're okay. Alright, I think we're good, and then packs can go on again. There you go. That should be good. Alright. So now we can taxi to 22 left, but let's announce first. November Romeo. Yes, how I would go there. Oh, there was actually someone. Nice. Is that 22 left? I think so. This is going to be the lullaby. Awesome, Dr. Jones. Yes, thank you, and enjoy. Happy sleeping. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's go and announce.
Traffic 674 located to 8 Central here.
Midway traffic chat. Oh, I'm actually in the wrong frequency.
Southwest 1224 on clear of the runway.
There we go.
Chicago Midway.
Oh, that's the guy who landed. Cool, thank you. Midway traffic, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima taxiing the runway 22 left from the north ramp via November Romeo. Midway traffic.
Traffic 604 taxiing the terminal Charlie via Papa Tango Alpha.
Keep wondering if that's in the airport or not. But this is cool, right? The Unicom, because you are sharing the frequency with the same area. So if there's an airport near you, there's actually the guy who landed. So we're here. Midway traffic, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima crossing runway 22 right. Midway traffic.
Southwest 1224, should be taxiing via November to Papa over to the HS4.
Okay.
Chicago Midway traffic.
Okay, that guy's behind us.
O'Hare
It's okay.
traffic, American 2771 short final runway 28 center.
Nice. Okay, so let's turn left here. Should be almost there.
Reverse thrust.
Let's check out the reverse thrust. That's working. I was too busy with the communications.
Taxiing the de-ice. Pause checklist here until a paper de-ice checklist is complete.
Forgot to check with them. Forgot the checklist.
Flaps. 20.
Okay, let's go through that now.
Set and cross-check.
Okay.
Radar weather. On. Takeoff briefing. Taxi checklist complete.
Good.
Before takeoff checklist next. Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Probes. On.
227.
Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
Wing and cowl anti-ice, let's turn them on just to be on the safe side. It is a bit cloudy in here.
Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. Supplemental ground wing anti-ice panel. Checked. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
Yep.
Landing pulse recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
1224, show me crossing runway 22 right, Chicago Midway traffic.
Okay, that's for us. He's crossing 22 right, so he's over here. He's going through Papa, so he'll probably do a call on crossing 22 left as well in a bit. It's nice. Okay, so we'll wait for him, because he's probably there. And well, let's brief the takeoff for now, because normally we should be given vectors, but we're not getting any vectors, so we have to vector ourselves. And in terms of the flight plan, we actually have to go. How can I illustrate this to you? Maybe this way is the best.
Southwest 1224, show me crossing 22 left.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Chicago Midway traffic.
Right, so after we take off, we'll be facing the southwest. We can actually kind of turn to the right, yeah, probably. But then the O'Hare is there, and I don't want to be encroaching in their airspace, so I'm not sure how it goes, but we'll probably turn to the left like this, the long way around, just to stay clear of O'Hare. So we'll turn left, and then we'll vector our way to Pumpkin right here. Okay, so after we take off, I turn left bit by bit.
O'Hare traffic, American 2771 is clear at 28 center. We're going to be taxiing via Papa, Echo Echo, crossing runway 28 right, Victor Alpha to Kilo Gate.
Hey Scotsman, better late than never.
Southwest 1224, show me taxiing via Tango, Chicago Midway traffic.
Okay. Tango. Okay, he's clear. He's clear of the runway. Good. Midway traffic, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima, taking off runway 22 left to the northeast. Midway traffic. Good. That looks clear. In front looks clear. I see the southwest that was announcing. This is so cool. Working on your own with the other pilots without controller. This is actually nice. Right, off we go. V speeds 113, 121. Lined up. That looks good. Off we go. ATS is on. Airspeed's alive. You have light rain, 80 knots, check. 113 V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Flaps up. Let's go autopilot. Let's go flight level change. Let's go heading mode. start turning to the left bit by bit. And let's also climb all the way to flight level 400. Well, we're leveling off at 3,000 for now. So we can simulate that we're limited to 3,000 and we'll be given clearance shortly after. 400, let's start turning more to the left. And good. So let's go to VS mode. Go at around 3,000 feet per minute. Go to 250 knots. Should see the airport somewhere. Over on our left. There it is. Nice. Good. Okay, looking good. Do we need anti-ice? Yes, let's keep it on for now. Pretty rainy in here. 4 degrees outside, lots of clouds. Doesn't look good. Okay, so alright, so where do we go? Are we pretty far away from our flight plan? Yes, we are. What we can now actually do is we can actually just go for a direct. So we can go direct pumpkin, execute, go to nav, and now if we look, should head straight to pumpkin right there. Perfect. Nice. Let's do our after takeoff checks.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0. Thrust reversers.
10,000 feet.
Off. Ignition. Off. Pressurization. Checked. PAX transition.
Let's have a look outside in a bit.
Completed. N1. Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs.
That can go to auto.
CAS.
Gas is okay. Do we need anti-ice? Let's keep it on for now.
After takeoff checklist complete.
There we go. And we can actually make it a bit quieter, like so. And now we can go outside. Is that Chicago? Probably, huh? Sure looks like it. Yes. It's a bit noisy. Okay, I don't think there is still controller. There should be a controller in a bit, but not yet. Maybe when we step over, when we move over to the next one after Chicago at least. This guy is... Yeah, unfortunately Chicago Center moved away right as we were ready. Moving to standard altimeter. Now we can turn off our anti-ice. Should get a bit more performance with that. Looks good. Check airport outside air temperature. We'll adjust that later. But for now, let's go turn on VNAV. And let's go to resume VNAV speeds. Good. Over here. Memory 3. So we have the map in there, the nice view of the map. Top of climb should be right there, in around 75 miles. And there's the entire flight plan. Let's keep it at that view. Cool. Good. So to remove this one, let's just put in some temperature compensation. Actually, maybe we don't need it. Yeah, let's just turn it off. Yeah, like that one. There you go. So that would not appear anymore. Looking good. Do we have anybody on TCAS? I'm not sure if actually TCAS is working with VATSIM. It should be. But I actually haven't seen anyone yet. Let's have a look here. Xpilot. Explain 8 is disabled. Can we enable it? Will that work? Aircraft engine sounds. No, I don't think there is anything in that sense. Okay. Good for now. Midway traffic. Checking. That's just someone sending a message instead of using voice. This is what's cool about VATSIM. You can actually use it even if you don't have a mic. You can have like receive only, so you can hear other people, but when you're communicating with them, you use your text, you type. That's possible. Or you can even use like just text, so you can only type and not hear anything, and that's still valid. I'm still hoping that center suddenly comes online. It's O'Hare traffic, it's not us. Okay, hang in there. Good. Right, let's have a look here. Mfd Data. Let's show the flight plan progress, so we have a look at the legs that we'll be going through. So we can see we'll be at top of climb. Now this one, I'm not sure if this is completely accurate. Sometimes it's a bit bugged. You can see that top of climb is 55 miles. If we cross-check that here, 52 miles, that kind of fluctuates. Yeah, more or less 50 miles, right? Based on the marker here. That's actually not too bad. Nice. What I've heard some of the people do, they actually do something like, how was it? On the climb here, I think what they'll do is they'll go to VS mode and just monitor the speeds, if that can be maintained. Let's see if that works. I'm not sure if that's correct, but we'll try. Okay. What I wanted to do as well is I wanted to do a fix in here. Let's monitor the speeds. So let's keep it like maybe that view. Okay, let's add a fix. So I want to be aware when we're getting close to the airport. So if we copy runway 30 left here, go to index, fix, put that as reference. And I want to say, I want to know where my top of descent roughly will be. It's a very rough computation, but at least it gives us an idea. So it'll be at flight level 400, and the airport itself is at, let me see, let's have a look at that. So if we go for charts, show that here. And then let's go to the airport itself, the arrival airport. Minneapolis is 842 feet. Okay, so let's put that at 1,000. So flight level 400 minus 1,000 is 390, so 39. If we multiply that by 3, 39, 78, 108, 117. Did I do that right? Maybe. Close enough. So if we put 117 in here, so when we are 117 miles away, that's probably the wrong hotkey. There you go. 117. So we should see a radius, a circle in here appear. There you go. So that is roughly where we should start our descent. Is that accurate? I'm not sure. We will see. Yeah, we will see. It really depends, because depending on the vertical constraints, it might not be that straightforward, but at least we have a guide. At least we will be aware that at that point we should be thinking about descent. Good. That looks okay. Right. Okay, 2000, Mach 0.78. We're still maintaining it. That's good. That's okay. 97.3. What's interesting is why this has gone to speed instead of N1 climb. If I turn that off, Mach 0.78, will that change? Not really, I don't think. Okay. Fine, let's leave it like that. Mach 0.80. Will you max it out? I think that's okay. Let's just leave it at 2,000 feet per minute climb. That should be okay. We do have some strong winds coming from the left here, so we're banking quite hard. We're facing this way, 324, but our track is actually 334. So we're crabbing 10 degrees to the right, so you can actually see it over on that one, our flight path vector. We're facing this way, but we're going that way. Also, so we seem to be losing a bit of speed here. Let's maybe shallow out the climb a bit. 1,500 should be better. The 7.1. That's it's not maximizing it, interestingly enough. Can I do something about that? Perf. Boost climb. Let's see. It's still at speed. How can I change it? If I go FLC mode, there we go, N1 climb. FMS, N1 disagree. Okay, let's see if there is something. Okay, that worked. Just recycling it. So that's N1 climb. If I go to VS mode, it goes to speed. Oh, maybe that's normal. I don't know. Okay. So let's climb 1,000 feet per minute here, all the way to flight level 400. That's fine, it will work. Okay, let's go outside and see. Admire the view a bit. Oh, that is beautiful. Not too shabby, eh? Goodness. Didn't know I had ortho photos here in this area too. Looks so nice from above here. Oh, there we go. 4,000. 4,000 rather. Turn on VNav. Let's resume Mach point 82 as our cruising speed. There we go. It's more like it. Not too shabby. There should be a controller. If we are lucky, we should start getting a controller around Bobby. Let's see. Is there a Bobby? Robbie, actually. So after Robbie, we can try contacting Center. See if they'll coordinate with us. And from there, we should have some controllers the rest of the way. Let's see if that works. So that is 133.4, 33.4. What is MSP, guys? MSP, the place. Is that Minneapolis? Yeah, I think so. Minneapolis St Paul is probably MSP. That's the airport as well. Ooh. Goodness, that crab. So top of descent, 109 miles from now. 17 minutes. Should be pretty quick. We have plenty to do before then, so let's start preparing. Right, let's see. Let's go and start briefing this thing. Killer 3 arrival. Turbojet aircraft descend via Mach number until intercepting 280 knots. Maintain 280 until slowed. Okay. So let's program that in the VNav. So for VNav descent, let's go for a Mach 0.78. 280 maybe? That will work. So we descend via Mach 0.78. And when that Mach 0.78 crosses over 280 knots, then we will move and use 280 knots. Okay. Right, so we start in KAMMA, Beery, Robbie, Cable. At Zing, we should be above flight level 290. Hender, flight level 240 or above. CMAC, we should be at 280 knots by then, above 14,000. Killer, above 12,000. Huggy, Crisp. Actually, you know what I should be doing? I should be doing this. So we are exactly sure that what we're expecting is what's going to be followed. So KAMMA to Beery, that's where we're going right now, somewhere in between here. Robbie, Cable, the first restriction is above, at or above flight level 290. That's consistent with this one, Zing. Next is Hender, flight level 240 or above. 14,000 above and 280 knots at CMAC. At Killer, 280 knots, 12,000 above. Looks good. Huggy, 10,000 above. Crisp, no, nothing, no restriction. And then we're expecting runway 30 left. So next should be Stu at 7,000. There we go. And then Giku at 7,000 as well, but at 210 knots. Perfect. And then from there, we switch over to the approach chart, which starts at Giku. You see, it's 7,000, Mantor 7,000, max 210. So that's a direct continuation. And then at Big Z, will be at 5,000, at or above 5,000 based on the restrictions there on that leg. It says there 5,000. At Pixie, we turn to Abyss, which is the intermediate fix, the IF. So we are 4,000, at or above 4,000 there. And then Narco at or above 3,000. That's probably, we probably want to be at 3,000 by that point because we'll be intercepting the glide slope at that point right here. 6.9 DME from the localizer. India Mike Sierra Papa. It's the identifier 301 110.3. Okay, let's start plugging that in maybe, just so we wouldn't have to worry so much later. So let's do that. Do this here. Well, first let's plug that in our nav. 110.3 on both. This one might be a tad early, but just to be on the safe side. 110.3 on all. On both nav 1 and nav 2. There you go. And then what we're doing is 301 degrees. We're pre-arming the course. So we go to DCP1 here. So we see the highlight there, lock 1, 110.3. And now we're adjusting that to 301 degrees using this wheel right here. And you can see the course moving. 301. So later, when we switch from FMS to localizer mode, it will be on the correct course already, pointing towards the runway. So it will be easy for us. Okay, let's do the same here on the DCP2. 305, wasn't it? 301? 301. Okay. 301. Good. Alright. Alright, so that looks good. 301. 3,000 feet. Intercept Narco. Intercept the glide slope at Narco at 3,000 feet. Hey, GMLZ. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Welcome to the community. How are you? From there, it will be a 3-degree glide slope, 3-degree descent. So that's the typical glide slope angle. We'll be probably approaching at around 130 knots, so that will be around 700 feet per minute if we can expect it. And our minimums would be 1,023. Let's put it at 1030, 1,030 feet. So let's plug that in as well. Go for refs here. Go for Baro. And go for 1030. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support. 1030 minimums. Baro. Perfect. Good. Alright, so by then, by 1,030 feet, that's our decision altitude, so we would know by then if we're continuing to land or if we're going around. If we're going around, then what we'll have to do is we'll need to climb to 1,300, then we'll climb to 3,000 feet on the same heading, 301 degrees, and outbound on the Minneapolis VOR 2908 radial to Wokseb intersection, so that's this one. So we're basically going straight, and then we'll intercept the radial, but it's still mostly a straight line. You can see a bit of shift from 301 degrees to 298, something like that, to intercept the radial, and then we'd go direct to Wokseb, and then from there we hold. So that's going to be the missed approach procedure. In terms of what we'll be doing, will be, let me try and remember the steps. Pushing the takeoff go around button, the toga button. That's this one right here. This one, this button to the left of the throttle. So we'll press that. What that will do is it will make the annunciator arm active, actually, GA, go around mode. So the flight director will pitch up. And if we have ATS arm there, it will actually push the throttles forward, and then we'll ask the help of our co-pilot. He will actually take care of setting the right thrust on the throttle. He will take care of moving the flaps to 20. He'll take care of raising the landing gear once positive rate is achieved, and then he'll take care of moving our nav to FMS1, going to nav mode, so that we follow the missed approach procedure that's in the FMS, because that should be plugged in here too. Yeah, you see Wokseb in there, that blue thing, that is part of the procedure. So we follow the flight directors by then. And then from then, he'll also be taking care of moving the speed bug to 200 knots. Because earlier, it will be, when we're trying to land, it will probably be around 120 plus knots in the speed bug as we're doing our approach. And if we're going around, the first officer has to move that speed bug back up to 200 knots so that the auto throttle system will be able to know that you want to be flying at 200 knots and not at 120. Right? So the speed bug has to be manually changed to 200. And once that's done, then we can turn back the ATS on and autopilot on if we need to, or we can unfly it. And from there, we follow the missed approach procedure. We contact the ATC and tell them that we're going around, and we'll follow the instructions afterwards. Okay. Something along those lines. 3,000 feet. So after we intercept the glide slope, we'll keep the altitude selector to 3,000 feet. Because if we need to go around, that's the final altitude we'll be staying at for the go around. Okay? Looks good. Alright. And then once we land at 30 left, that's over here, we should be turning to the left because where we're parking is somewhere here. GA parking, Signature FBO, I think is the second building where my mouse is, if I remember correctly. But we'll try to park somewhere here. So ideally, if we can exit at Whiskey 5 or even Whiskey 7, that will be perfect. And then we can move over here. Okay, good. Let's see, what's that? That is actually... oh yeah, that's just traffic. After we reached Robbie, which is 17 miles from now, I'll swap over to Minneapolis Center, and then we'll see if they can accept us. So we'll have ATC coverage from there on out. So I wanted to cover all the oh, we do have traffic. We do have traffic. 387. This guy is actually ahead of us. And he's climbing. So we should see him outside. You might get a traffic warning in here. So I'll have to be very attentive. Yeah, we are faster than him, so we are catching up to him, and he's getting pretty close actually. 390, please stay there. Yeah, I see him on the map. It's a Delta Airlines 1901. He's an A350-900, I think. Stay at 390, please. He's climbing. Okay, I have to... let's see if we can see him. Well, I hope we don't see him, because if we do, that's bad. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. You guys see him? Oh my goodness. It's a bit close. Super cool. Nice. Okay, so traffic does work. Cool. Oh, nice. There you go. Alright, so I've gotten contacted by Minneapolis Center already. Yes, and exactly after we reach Robbie. Cool. So let's go and switch over. Looks like we'll have ETC coverage from here on out. Minneapolis Center, good evening. Challenger 651 Charlie Lima, flight level 400.
Minneapolis Center, Squawk 6345.
Squawk 6345, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima. Did that work? That guy's at flight level 400 now. He's probably climbing to 410 maybe? He's headed east. He's headed east. I thought he would need to tell me radar contact or something. The thing I'm really having a hard time with at the moment when talking with ATC is I can never catch what they call me. Because normally the ideal thing is you read back. When you read back, you identify yourself as however they called you. So if they call you Challenger 651 Charlie Lima, you read back with 651 Charlie Lima. If they don't, if they call you 1 Charlie Lima only, then you read back with
651 Charlie Lima, radar contact 40 miles north of Dells via wire, descend via the Killer 3 arrival, runway 1, correction 30, left transition, the Minneapolis altimeter is 3017.
descend via the Killer 3 arrival, runway 30 left. And can you repeat the altimeter for me, please? 651 Charlie Lima.
November 651 Charlie Lima.
Okay. Okay. Good. We are almost at top of descent, so that's good. So we'll just follow the descent. The descent on the based on the arrival that we briefed. So we put in 7,000 if I remember correctly. We'll adjust later as needed.
Shamrock 123, mic check. Flight by 5, Shamrock 123.
Hey, Dipsomania. Yes, indeed. This person is real, yes. That is the highlight of VATSIM. You actually work with real people. Some of them are pilots, some of them are acting as controllers.
651 Charlie Lima, Minneapolis Center.
651 Charlie Lima, go ahead.
1549 Minneapolis Center.
Not sure if they were calling for me. Good, we started our descent. Let's double check the arrival in here. If I remember correctly, yeah, that was at 7,000. But then we should be I should be actually able to plug it in at 3,000, which is the final approach altitude, and then the FMS should take care of all the vertical restrictions on my end. Look at that, it's actually pretty close, right? Our top of descent goes hand in hand with that fix that we put in. Remember the 117 miles? Oh, yeah.
American 1549 Minneapolis Center. Go ahead.
Can they not hear us? 1 second.
United 478 Minneapolis Center.
Minneapolis Center 651 Charlie Lima, I can hear you. Somehow that doesn't seem to be working.
Air 651 Charlie Lima, can you repeat your descent clearance, please?
651 Charlie Lima, descending via the Killer 3 arrival.
The runway transition, please.
Runway transition 30 left. I missed the runway transition. Is it at Giku?
It's 30 left.
30 left. 651 Charlie Lima.
Shamrock 123, Lume airspace. Chicago is closed. Frequency change approved. Unicom Shamrock 123, yeah.
So he wanted me to read back that it's the Killer 3 arrival on the 30 left transition. Okay, good. But it's the Giku transition for 30 left, right? Okay. I guess it still depends. because even if you were at Giku, you could be either 30 left or right. So he wanted me to read that back to him fully, which I thought I did. It was probably a frequency problem. Okay, cool. Good. So let's double check that we are meeting all these. Oh, and what I wanted to do was actually get the ATIS. So let's get the ATIS for Kilo Mike, Sierra Papa, arrival ATIS. Let's plug that in so we know what the altimeter is. Info Foxtrot, okay. 0053 Zulu. 300.
Envoy 3520 Minneapolis Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Okay, thankfully it's pretty gusty, but it's headed straight for the runway. 12 gusting 22, so we have like a 10 knot wind gust component in there. So I think we should add like 5 to our VREF, something like that. 10 statute miles, few clouds.
United 478, contact Kansas City Center 125.72.
Minus 13, minus 19. Altimeter 3017. So we have information Foxtrot. Good. Right. So when we switch over to approach, we'll check in with them and then we'll tell them Foxtrot, with information Foxtrot. Cool. Let's go and put in 3017 in here as well. Good. So let's see. In terms of vertical restrictions, hinder at or above flight level 240. That looks good. So we'll just be doing a steady descent here. It's mostly above altitude restrictions, right? So it's a bit simplified. We don't need to be like in between a certain altitude, so that's okay. One thing I have to make sure of is that at CMAC, we're at 280 knots. And we're at above 14,000 feet, where we are at 280 knots already, so that should not be a problem. And then we'll be slowing down to 210 knots by Giku. 30 left, okay, good. Looking good there. Looks good. I guess we can actually... No, we'll keep this for now, because they might give me a direct to. At least I have the waypoints in here, so it will ring a bell. If they say something, I'll have something I can refer to where we will be directed. Let's turn on the track IR here. 3017. 12 gusting 22. Should we start computing our... Let's go for a descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness. Passenger signs.
Yeah, let's turn those on.
Pressurization.
Pressurization, yeah, that's something I forgot. So let's do that now. Airport elevation is 842. So over here, actually it's pretty close. Yeah, let's do something like that. 842.
Fuel quantity and balance.
Fuel quantity and balance 1580, 1520.
FMS, landing data, charts.
Alright, let's do our calculations for the approach. Perf 2 times, go to approach here. Winds are at 300 at 12, gusting 22. I think that should be okay. And then 3017 on the altimeter. Outside the air temperature is minus 13. Oh my goodness.
Delta 540, you're climbing through what, sir?
12 knot headwinds.
Sorry, our screen just went black. I'm trying to pull up our altitude now. We are going direct doctor at this time.
30.8.
Delta 540, roger. What's your altitude?
Cross weight, 30.8.
That's what I'm saying. I don't, my screens are currently black, so I can't see my altitude.
Landing
Your
weight.
screens are currently black. How do you know you're going direct dock?
Because my FMC is currently going LNAV, VNAV on direct. I can see my...
Okay, VRF 119.
My dials.
Send those in.
Do you want to continue with your flight then, or do you want to divert, or what's up?
No, we'll continue on right now. I've had this issue before and they just randomly popped up. So right now we'll just continue as
Delta 540, forgive me, but how am I supposed to assign an altitude if you don't know what altitude you're at? I think that's the conundrum we're in, but for now, climb maintain flight level 310 for Delta 540.
310 to 540.
Are you able to get your screens back?
What we're working on now.
Okay.
Minneapolis Center, good evening, Northwest 2823, 11000, 104, 17000.
Northwest 2823, Minneapolis Center, roger, climb maintain flight level 310, and say your speed in the climb.
Maintain flight level 310, and I'm currently accelerating to 321 knots.
Northwest 2823, roger.
Let's see if we can
You're
hear the
651
ATIS.
Charlie Lima, contact Minneapolis approach 135.47.
3547, thank you. 651 Charlie Lima. 3547. Right? And we do have Foxtrot. So let's call in with them and give that info. Minneapolis approach, good evening. Challenger 651 Charlie Lima with Foxtrot. Flight level 210, descending via the Killer 3 arrival.
November 651 Charlie Lima, Minneapolis approach, good evening. Expect ILS runway 30 left approach.
Expecting ILS 30 left approach. Oh, that's bad. Guys, the sim crashed. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is not going well, guys. Okay, so what can we do? We can try resuming. Whew. The good thing is the plane should be able to restart for us. The sim should be able to restart for us. But I'm not sure how that works with VATSIM, if I can just go online and tell them I'm back. We'll try it anyway, and if they kick us out, then they kick us out. But yeah, the plane should have a functionality built in that auto-saves the information. So let's hope that this works. Let's see. So I should be able to just spawn in anywhere. 9:45. That's my local time. Just when it was starting to get juicy. Yeah. Let's try that again. This might take a while. We might lag for a bit, guys, because this loading process is a bit hectic. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I wonder what's wrong. If it crashes again, then I might have something on my scenery. That's the problem. Yikes. Hey, Celebones! Yeah, just as I was talking with Approach, just as things were getting hectic, I think the sim got hectic as well. It got stressed out, just said bye. So how's it going with you guys? Yeah, and then the lag is starting. Bear with me. Should finish shortly. Let's hope that the autosave feature works. Okay, there, that was fast. Okay, so let's go career mode, and there is the latest state. You can see 2 minutes ago it was created in flight. Yeah, 21,100 to 87 knots. So we could start that actually. Let's see, confirm. Yes, okay. So it will load all of that. If everything goes well, then we should be able to resume right where we left off. But let's see. Let's see. Let's give it a few seconds. Should load things for us. We'll be loading the scenery. There it is. Okay, good. All right, we're ready. Let's go and turn off the traffic global. Should be in here, isn't it? Yeah, turn that off. There we go. All right. All right, let's see how this works. If we'll get scolded or not, at least we'll learn something, right? 1 second. Let's see. Xpilot enabled ATIS. Okay, good. So what we'll do, we'll unpause and then we'll see where we go from there. Unpause. Okay, there's the plane trying to control itself. All right. Are we back on track? So we have our V speeds calculated. Yeah, the frequencies didn't get saved though. Okay, so let's try it out. V path. Now the speed. Why are we picking up speed there? One second, huh? There it is. Now it's adjusting. Good. Let's try and connect back to VATSIM. If we'll be able to. 3547. Good. Right, let's try that. Minneapolis approach, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima. Sorry, our sim crashed. Are we able to resume our flight? Hey KD, how's it going?
November 651 Charlie Lima, Minneapolis approach. I think I heard you there again.
Yes, 651 Charlie Lima, we are back. Our sim crashed. Sorry, are we able to resume our flight?
American 1549, contact Minneapolis Tower 13.
I think something's wrong. I think something's wrong with my voice. Okay, let's check. Minneapolis approach, 651 Charlie Lima. Radio check. Yeah, something seems wrong. Something seems wrong. They're not receiving what I'm saying.
It seems like my audio for VATSIM crashed again. November 651 Charlie Lima, I think I heard you talking there.
Yes, I'm here. 651 Charlie Lima. Radio check, please.
November 651 Charlie Lima, hear you loud and clear. Confirm squawking 6345.
Squawking 6345 only now. Sorry about that.
No worries, and November 651 Charlie Lima, expect the ILS runway 30 left approach.
Expecting ILS runway 30 left, 651 Charlie Lima. Thank you. Okay, we're back, guys. We're back. Alright. Good thing the guy is super cautious in adjusting. Okay, let's go back here to the approach. This is the power of this plane. Even if it crashes, not all is lost. Okay, let's see. So we have our approach, our landing speeds calculated,
American
right?
1549, if you're not already, contact tower 126.7.
280, that's us. 280 at or above 12,000, yes, that looks good. And then we'll slow down to 210 knots in a bit. Good. Looks like we're getting a bit of turbulence in here.
Departure, Dub 7 at 3500, going up to 7.
I think I'll start
Minneapolis departure, radar contact, climb maintain 17,000, clear direct doctor.
with anti-ice here, so it doesn't look
17,000,
too friendly over in these skies.
Dub 7.
Good. Let's bring the map in. I do want to adjust that fix 25 miles so I know where we're on range. Okay, we're almost there. So we're 25 miles away from the airport, from the runway, so that I'll know when to start my checks.
Approach briefing.
Yeah, we did our approach briefing a while ago. Are they still all here? Yeah, minimums are still set. Everything got saved,
Yeah,
thankfully.
transition flight level.
Yeah, that's
Descent
good.
checklist complete. In range checklist next.
So that's it, in range checklist. We'll do that later once we are 25 miles away, more or less. That should be a good starting point. And I don't think we have clouds anymore here, so I think we can actually let that go. Nice. See if we have others on the way. Over here, Huggy crisps to Giku and then move on here. Giku, Big Z, Abez, Narco onto the runway, and then ideally at runway at Whiskey 5 we can vacate. But let's double check how long it will take. So it's a 10,000 foot runway. We'll only need around 2,200. Round that up to 3,000 because I'm not the best at landing. So maybe 1/3 of the way. Should be around here, so we should be able to make it to Whiskey 5 or Whiskey 7 worst case. So turn left there and then we'll go to the GA parking, but we'll coordinate with them.
133.4, Dub 7, have a good one, stay safe, thanks for doing everything.
Thanks for flying.
So you can see now the FMS is slowing down its speed. Slowing down to 210 knots for us bit by bit. Pretty bumpy in here. Yes, pretty cold, and now I think I'd want that anti-ice back. Oh yeah. Okay. Stop misclicking stuff. Now I think this one is a bit tricky. I think I have to keep my N2 in the green zone so that the wing anti-ice works properly. So we basically have to put a bit of tact. I have to make the engine work a bit harder. So I think what I can do is I can raise my speed brakes a bit, slow us down, so it will have to speed us up a bit. I think that's how you do it. So you basically deploy your speed brakes, so you force the engine to work harder, and that gets us in the green zone. Ideally, there it is. So now we're in the green zone there. It's a bit counterintuitive, like you're purposely slowing yourself down. Lock will be tuned. Okay, that's good. We've already tuned it, but oh no, actually it's not. Yeah, because it should be 110.3. 110.3. So the course got saved, the 301 that we set, but the frequency itself didn't. Okay, let's wait for that to... Okay, it is now tuned 110.3 for both. Nice. Good. And now we have the Ghost ILS in there, so we have the ILS more or less in range. All anti-ice is on. We're 25 miles out. Let's go for the in-range checklist.
In-range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters.
Altimeters 3017. Supposedly. I didn't set this standby yet.
Reset. Cross-checked.
It actually checks.
Avionics.
Avionics are good.
External lights.
External lights are on.
N1 target.
Let's put that into takeoff.
Set. APU PAX transition.
522 Minneapolis departure radar contact. Climb maintain 17000 cleared direct.
Veil completed. APU generator. On. CAS.
Number 651 Charlie Lima, descend and maintain 5000.
Descend and maintain 5000. 651 Charlie Lima. Alright, 5000. Just going to descend. Turn off VNAV. Descend around 1,500 feet, more or less, should be fine. Slow to 210 knots. There we go. And in the heading, let's move to 305, just so we're prepared for the runway heading when we turn in later. Good. 5,000, yeah.
November 651 Charlie Lima, fly heading 270, intercept runway 30 left localizer, descend maintain 4000.
270 on the heading, 4,000. 651 Charlie Lima. Okay, let's go for heading. Descending to 4,000. Looks good. Get our flaps in. Turn off anti-ice. We're clear of the clouds.
In range checklist complete. Before landing checklist next.
Looking good. Let's get closer. We are lining up for vectors in here. That means we should be able to switch to nav source and adjust the legs page so that it's direct abyss, was it? This one. That vector to final leg, there you go. Nice.
522 contact center 133.4, have a good night.
Slow down to 160 knots.
Number 651 Charlie Lima, 5 miles from, 5 miles from Abez. Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 30 left approach.
Maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared on the ILS 30 left approach. 651 Charlie Lima.
Number 651 Charlie Lima, contact tower 126.7, have a good night.
26-7, going to tower. Thank you for the help. 651 Charlie Lima. Okay, let's arm the approach here. Let's go to tower 7, if I remember that right, I hope. Is that the right one? Yes, it is. Tower, good evening. Challenger 651 Charlie Lima inbound LS30 left.
November 651 Charlie Lima, Minneapolis Tower. Good evening. Winds are 300 at 12, gusting to 22. Runway 30 left, cleared to land.
Clear to land 30 left. 651 Charlie Lima. Cool. Okay. So we'll wait here at 4,000 until we intercept the glide slope as instructed by approach. So that
contact Minneapolis
diamond
Center,
there, as it moves, then we will...
Before landing checklist.
There we go.
Landing gear lever.
Going down. We'll observe that we get 3 greens here to indicate that the gears are fully down, all 3 of them.
Down
there we
indicating. Go. No steer. Arm center clear. Anti-skid.
The
Hard
first
test.
officer will do some
Passenger
stuff for us.
On.
1 second.
Wing cal anti-ice.
Wing cowl anti-ice is not needed.
Continuous ignition. On. Thrust reversers. Armed. Spoilers.
So
Stowed
for
auto. Flaps.
129 knots. Flaps
Set.
full.
CAS.
Gas is okay.
Before
No
landing
warnings.
checklist complete. After landing checklist next.
There we go. Okay. Looking good. So our VREF is 119. Normally we add 5 there. So 119 plus 5 is 124. But we also have a 10 knot gust component. And I think you take half of that and add that to your VREF. So we take 119 plus 5 is 124 plus another 5 is 129. That's why I went with the 129 in here. So we'll see if that works. But yeah, it is gusting pretty hard here. You can see the plane bobbing in and out, the autopilot kind of struggling. But at least the runway, the winds are coming from straight in front. So at least from that point of view, it's a tad easier. Just a tad. This is so cool indeed, Celabones. This is why I really want to practice this one. You encounter different kinds of people, you encounter different kinds of airports and procedures, and it's just such an immersive experience. And despite it being such a stressful time for me because I have to interact with real people, the introvert in me has been screaming the entire time.
We are changing your departure frequency 133.4 Minneapolis Center.
133.4 for American 1527.
2500.
2500, that's okay. And we can actually, because in our missed approach procedure, the altitude should be 3000. So let's put this to 3000 feet. Is that like so? And we'll keep it in here.
JetBlue 278 Minneapolis Tower, what was that? You're a little quiet.
Yeah. Multiplayer experience with different roles. Some pilots, some controllers. It's super cool.
Side step to your left. American 1527. Fly heading
we have any
340. Wind
aircraft?
310 at 11. Runway 30 right, cleared for takeoff.
40 on departure and clear for takeoff, runway 30 right, American 1527.
Oh, nice. As we are landing, there's someone taking off on the other side there. So we're landing 30 left over here, and someone is taking off 30 right. Pretty cool. Man, we are super slow because we are 129 knots on the indicated. But if you look at our ground speed, it's only 100 knots because of the 24 knot gusting winds in front of us. So it's taking a long time to get there. Goodness. You might even need to go around. Let's go around let's go through the go around procedures again. If you need to go around, I'll push toga. That will arm go around mode, GAGA mode. That will pitch the flight directors up, so I'll pitch up. I'll keep it there. ATS should push the throttles for me, but I'll do it as well. And then I'll let the first officer take care of moving flaps to 20, raising the gear when positive rate is achieved, switching back to FMS 1 because we're in localizer 1 right now, and he'll switch to nav mode as well, and then he'll move the speed bug to 200 knots, and then we can arm ATS and autopilot if we need to, or we can fly it manually depending on what's more comfortable for us. Either way, we can make it work, right? But yes, just in case we need to go around because it's a bit gusty, if we're not doing a stable approach, I might decide on that. It's a good practice as well, but we'll see. Good thing is it's still a bit early, so we can actually do that and not have to worry. Alright, let's turn off the autopilot. From here on out, it's up to us.
Record 1527, contact Minneapolis Center 133.4, good day. Contact
yeah, it's a bit gusty, I can feel it. As I take over from the autopilot, yeah, I can definitely feel the winds. Yeah, we're a bit low. Let's adjust. Pappy lights are showing 1 white, 3 red. Now it's 2 white, 2 red again. Good. Let's get back on the glide slope. This bit off center. Let's move to the left. Align. There's a huge tower right before the runway. I don't think that's safe.
Triple 278.
500.
Line heading 300. Wind
gusty.
310 at 11. Runway 30 right. Clear for takeoff.
Yeah, that tower right there. Minimums. Landing. Looking good. Looking stable.
100.
Looking good. Keep it steady.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
There we go. No bounce. I like it. Steady. Infermo, there's actually a Delta Airlines right there. Okay, where are we exiting? This other one.
November 651, Charlie Lima, exit left when able. Contact ground on 121.9. Good day.
Exiting left and going to ground. Thanks for the help. 651 Charlie Lima. Ah, there we go. Stable. 300 feet per minute. Not the butterest of them all, but I like it. Stable. Right on the touchdown zone.
78, contact Minneapolis Center.
Those are the habits that I'd like to develop.
Good day.
So, let's clear the runway here and we'll switch to ground. I didn't even know there was ground frequency that was available. Nice. 121.9. So we'll stop here. Clear runway, thank you. 21.9. And I'll switch. Turn off our lights. Alright. Minneapolis ground, Challenger 651 Charlie Lima. Taxi to signature FBO, please.
November 651 Charlie Lima, Minneapolis ground. Welcome to Minneapolis, and you're cleared to taxi to parking via Whiskey and Whiskey 6.
Whiskey 6 to parking. Thanks for the help. 651 Charlie Lima. Right. Awesome. Very friendly people here in Minneapolis. Good thing they accommodated us even if our sim crashed. Goodness. Successful flight, guys. Very nice. I like it. Switch back to nav mode here. Stow our speed brakes. Yeah, it's right here. Whiskey and Whiskey 6. But still, you need clearance for it. Alright, let's do our after landing checks.
After landing checklist. Landing, pulse, recog lights.
They're off.
Off. Anti-collision lights. Off.
They're off.
Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Probes. Off. Wing anti-ice. Off. Cowl anti-ice.
They are
Spoilers.
off. Spoilers have been retracted.
Stowed. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do?
After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
I forgot to call Jenny to prepare for the arrival of our passengers. That means they'll need to wait a bit. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. It's nice you can actually see the taxi lights there. Yeah, let's stop here. Taxi lights off. Landing gear goes on. Seatbelt signs go off. Let's call Jenny. She can pick up the passengers. Normally you can call actually
Hot
even
Start
as you're
Flight
airborne.
Support, Jenny speaking. How can we help?
There's a sat phone right there that you normally can use, but I forgot with all the action.
Understood. We'll have that ready for you. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure. Take care.
Engine shutdown checklist. Taxi lights. Off. Parking brake. Set. Reverse thrust. Stowed. Generators 1 and 2.
This can go off.
Off. Engine 2 shut down.
Good.
Fuel boost pumps.
Can turn those off.
Off. Fuel system.
Now we'll wait for a right fuel low pressure. There it is.
Engine 1 shut down.
Shut down
Check
engine
ITT
1.
below 350 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, below
Anti-ice.
350.
Off.
Anti-ice is
14th
off.
stage.
14th stage can go off as well.
Off. Beacon.
Beacon
Off. No steer.
Is
Off. ATC TCAS.
We can move that to standby and go for 00 to reset it.
Standby 0. Parking brake if chalked.
You can have our chocks in.
Passenger signs. Off. Cabin differential. 0 PSI. Engine shutdown checklist complete.
Nice.
Securing checklist next.
We did it, guys. Welcome to Minneapolis. Anyone from here? Let's go ahead and let our passengers go. Maybe the van is here, I'm not sure. Maybe they'll have to wait a bit. Shouldn't be a big deal. Good. There you go. Oh, what a view. Yeah, for IFR flights like this, it's really unparalleled. The immersion, the level, the accuracy of the avionics. It's unparalleled at the moment. MSFS hasn't reached this quite yet. I hope it does, but at the moment, X-Plane really is superior when it comes to that
Our ride
aspect.
is here.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Captain. Always
Sure
such
thing.
a pleasure flying with you.
Enjoy.
Have a nice
indeed.
rest of your day.
There's the van. Have a good one. Clumsy flying.
Securing checklist. Emergency lights.
Before we go through the securing checklist, I don't want to go through here, and we'll need to put in the... I guess we can put these covers in. You can see the flags here, they actually move depending on the wind direction and the wind speed. So these are not static. These are really based on the current winds in the airport. So that it's gusting, right? And the winds are coming from there. So they're moving this way. Very cool. Thank you. Thanks, Dipsomania. Right, let's put those covers in. And over here, before we turn off the hydraulic pumps, let's open the nose door because we'll need to put back the flag in, the pin. There you go. And you can see it's actually moving as well here, a bit weaker than the other ones because it's a bit covered. And as you close the nose door, that flag actually gets squeezed with the nose door and it doesn't move anymore. Yeah, but it's so cool, all those details. And that's all part of the plane. It's amazing. Cool. Right, so let's go back in here and let's continue with the shutdown. And I'll continue the rest later. Securing checklist. Emergency lights off.
AC DC utility switch.
That can go off.
Headsets. Thrust
Switches are
reversers.
stowed. Thrust reversers, we can actually turn that off now, as well as the parking brake, because we have the chocks in. And yeah, even the simple thing like in order to make the parking brake, in order to pull or push the parking brake, you actually have to be stepping on the brakes. You can see push down on your normal brakes, so you have to step on your toe brakes before you can raise it. Just that level of detail, something I wish MSFS would get to as well. Okay, where were we?
Chocks.
Thrust reversers, yes. Chocks are in, yes.
Parking brake. Hydraulic pumps.
Hydraulic pumps we can turn off now. And yes, it actually pays to go through all of these securing steps to shutting down the plane properly, because see, this is exactly what you'll end up starting with on your next flight. If you leave the battery on, the next flight your battery has died. If you leave something in the wrong spot, the next flight it will be that way.
Nav lights, logo
So it
light.
really pays to shut it down properly.
APU generator.
So you take care more of it. Take more care of it aside from just quit, because it wouldn't matter anyway. Here it does matter. APU generator, turn off the APU, turn off the packs, turn off the LCV and the isolation valve, and we can turn off the power fuel. That will shut down the APU. This screen will disappear after some time, and while we're waiting for that, we can actually clean up here. Hey KD, how's it going? And have you been busy with these days? You have school? Have you gone trucking? Start closing that up. Looking good. Let's make sure there's no dirt. How's the lavatory? Is it clean? No one made a mess. That's good. Okay. Alright. Off we go. Now while that's still going, what we can do is actually put in the pins here. These pins ensure that the landing gear stays down, because right now they're being powered by hydraulic pressure. After a while, when the plane is shut off, that hydraulic pressure goes away bit by bit, and worst case, the landing gear can actually collapse on itself. So you put those pins to secure them in place. Good. Yes, one final walk around. I think we're good here. Everything is shut down. Pretty busy. Why have they been postponed? I guess that's a good thing regardless. Congrats. Right. There we go. The APU is gone. Now we can turn off the battery. Nice. Awesome, guys. Well, that is a successful flight. Thank you for flying with me. We encountered some hiccups, but yeah, that's part of the process, right? The mistakes, the hiccups, the crashes, and bouncing back from those mistakes, from those crashes. That's a good lesson in life, I guess. There's a lesson in there somewhere. So thanks for staying. Thanks for enjoying the flight with me. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I surely did. And I sure hope to do more of these in the coming future. 100 hours. Congrats. AST, thank you. Good job to you guys too for bearing with it. Thanks for the company, guys. We'll end the stream here. I'll probably sit down here for a bit because I need to wait a couple of minutes, and then I'll check the oil. I discovered something with the oil. This one. So you have to wait 15 minutes for it. I finally know how to make it work. I wonder if we can do it now. Why is that still on? Did I just... Oh crap. Did I forget to turn that off maybe? So I turn that on. Then you press it to test. And when the light extinguishes, that means you don't have full fuel. So you can move it to the left or right. So left is for left tank. Right is for right tank. And you just hold it and the oil goes there. And then here, this is not the fuel level of the left or right one. This is just the oil level rather. Oil level of the reservoir. So this is where it's coming from, where the oil is coming from, and it's going to the left or right oil tanks, you could say. But you don't really know if they're full until you see the light here. So this fuel level, this oil level, is completely different from the oil level from left and right. That's once I understood that, it clicked. Yeah. So for example, if you want to refill it, maybe it's enough now. Let's see. I just keep holding this left thing. You can see the level going lower and lower. There we go. And now it's full on the left. So now we do the same thing on the right. And you can see the reservoir is running lower and lower as I transfer. There you go. And now both of them are full. And now I can top up this reservoir like so. But this does not have anything to do with the actual oil of the left and right tanks. So they're completely separate. Cool. I see. Alright, KD. Have a good one. But yes, we'll end it here. Thank you guys for flying with me. Catch you guys next time. We'll see what the flight sim community comes up with. New planes in MSFS or not. But I sure would like to fly in VATSIM a lot more. So thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Not 11. Whoops. Have a good one and close to flying. Catch you soon.